Good morning, nation. Welcome back to Mornings in Live with Keith, Jon, and friends. Your daily get up and get after live experience. Hey guys, a little bit of a different show today. The production team is away today. Jimmy's off dealing with Jimmy's off handling the family as he should be. Loving you, brother. Take care of yourself. And Melissa's got the day off today, so the old handsome chief is here with you guys to help get up and get after it here on Mornings in Live with Keith, Jon, and friends. Hey, listen, here's the thing. And here's where we look for moments like this. We look for moments like this where the host has a chance to shine. I was talking with Melissa yesterday preparing for the show, and she's like, what are you going to do? There's nobody there to press the buttons. I said, we'll figure it out. It's sometimes the biggest challenge we have is not knowing what to do. Well, the biggest challenge I had today was recognizing that I have somebody who's in my circle that lost a father this week. And that is horrible. So, good morning, Rahima. We got the awesome Rahima hanging out with us this morning in the community. Come say hi to Rahima in the community on the horizontal side. So guys, the show's we still got a show to do today. We still have an absolute show today, but it's gonna be strikingly different. No intros, no outros, no swapping of camera feeds. Nope, gonna keep it pretty simple here today with myself, Marty, and Jon. Marty will be here in a few minutes. Jon's gonna be here today as well. But I do got a few things to talk about here today. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. China's making crazy stuff. Biotech world. Yep. PayPal. True story. What's going on, Roofy? Good to see you, my brother. Matt Roof, 7:30 Eastern time, kindness rising. We got a hole right here as well. I knew the guys were showing up here today. That's why I had to show up. Well, listen, I think we all know that I think we all knew I was going to be here today. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. But I knew Holroyd was going to be here. I knew Kindness Rising was going to be here. I knew that, I know Good Time is out there as well, chasing bears in his backyard. Hey. You guys catch that Blue Jays game last night? Are you surprised that the Jays won? I'm not actually. I'm not surprised. And listen, I guess I'm going to be the bandwagon jumper because I don't typically talk or watch baseball. But yeah, I jumped on the bandwagon here in Canada. But no, I'm not surprised they won last night. I think that's just the emotion of sport. The team the night before, after 18 winnings, did we really expect them to win? Good morning, Sullivan. We're shaking, Sully. Always good to see Mike Sullivan here. You know what's awesome, Roofy? Is that when you get up and you get in front of the camera, in front of the microphone, and all the folks that decide to join you, just like folks that get up and join Matt Roof, 7:30 Eastern time. Roofy, dude, man, I'm going to blow you away with some of the shit that I've been working on behind the scenes since we've talked. Man, yeah. You know the analogy of concrete, Roofy? Yeah, I've been pouring concrete, man. Like foundation, concrete after just foundation after foundation. Yeah, programming and databases and live event stuff for the future. Speaking of live, hey, I always said when I sat down and started the show a couple years ago that I would never sell you guys a system. Nope. And I haven't changed my mind. Although may have discovered a framework. Oh, yeah. May have discovered a framework. And do you think I can remember it right now in front of you guys? Of course I can. It's called L.I.V.E. Yep. It is called L.I.V.E. And I am going to pull it up and talk about it with you guys here in a second. But yeah, this framework that I discovered during my working situations, I was like, oh, there is something there that we can dig into. And truthfully, much of it came out of the conversation we had earlier this week with when we broke down Hormone stuff. No question about it. No question about it. But this L.I.V.E. framework, when you sit back, roofy ears up, man, you're gonna love this, brother. You're gonna fucking love this. So what is L.I.V.E.? What is L.I.V.E.? Well, when you're live, you're a leader who's not waiting for somebody else to show up first. There's your L. Yeah. You've decided that I'm a leader. I'm going to be the shepherd. Not that I'm calling down the sheep. No, I'm going to be the shepherd. So I'm going to be the L. I'm going to be the leader. Yes, leader, live. And then if you come to the camera as a leader, there's a high likelihood, potentially a high likelihood, that you might have some influence. Oh, psst, that's the second letter in the word live. Yeah, so L-I. Now you're a leader who has decided that you're not going to wait for somebody else to go to the front of the stage to speak. You're the guy out there who's like, yeah, I got something to say. But well, fuck, if you're a leader, get up there. All right, I'm going to go to the front of the stage. Okay, you're the leader. L, boom, leader, leader. All right. Now, because you're that leader, there's a good chance that you're going to develop or have some influence. So as you're up there on stage talking to your audience, you're creating that influence. And how are you doing it? How? How, you ask me? Say, hey, Uncle Keith, how am I going to create that influence? Well, I'll tell you how. By being vulnerable. Oh, there's the V, Roofy, there's the V. Yeah, so now you got the L-I-V. So you're a leader. You're showing some influence. And you've decided you're going to be vulnerable. So you're 3/4 of the way there. You're already up on front of the stage. You got your shoulders out. You got your words prepped, just like I did today. Just getting up and getting after it. And then you decide to tell your story. Yeah, I started a company. I built it up. I sold it. And then I got fired from the company that I built. My baby. Fired. Zip. See you later. Yeah. Or I'm an addict. I got my food addict. Yeah. Being vulnerable. Right? So L-I-V. And then maybe that last one. How do we spell? Live? Well, hey, might be the most important one. We call it energy. Yes, you get up on that stage as a leader. You start to talk about your experiences and share some and create some influence. You get up there, you keep communicating, just like you do, Roofy, about your vulnerabilities. And then as you're communicating, the energy rises out of you. And what are you doing with the audience around you? You're leading. You're leading a live conversation. So there's the framework. The live framework to help you get up, get after it, be successful when you're live. But then what you might also want to do, because, Uncle Keith's been busy. You might ask yourself, do I have any influence? Are people following my word? Well, let's ask the question. So Holroyd is in a stadium of 100,000 people. And everybody's hanging on every word he says. Oh, baby. Talking about training, talking about trains. He's got influence. Uncle Keith's in a room of 2 people. Nobody's paying attention. No influence. But what if, Matt Roof, we had a conversational influence score that measures how much influence you have through conversation? How does it work? Well, maybe 40% of the score is weighted to just having people show up. Maybe the other 40% of the score is weighted on how much reach and engagement you have. Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Not just the handsome chief here. So maybe having a conversational influence score might even the playing field for all those folks out there who are going, I got no influence. No. You have influence. You just don't know how to measure it yet. But what do you mean, Uncle Keith? Well, you see, you got 1 million followers, but 999,000 of them actually don't care what you have to say because they're fake. They're bots. They're not real. The world of fake influence is gone. but the world of conversational influence is here. So here's the question. If you got in front of a room of 100 people and you're able to influence 99 of them to do something, that's a pretty high conversational influence score. So I don't know about you, but I would like to engage with folks that have high conversational influence, not fake metrics. And some could say, well, can it be gamed? Well, sure, everything can be gamed. But maybe there's ways that we can put some weights behind the scene. Hey, Petra, what's going on? John Petroselli, the resident bullshit detector. Conversational influence score. Very interesting idea. Yes. Like I said, man, I'm not just a handsome dude here. Now there's some neurons firing between the two ears. So maybe you take the L.I.V.E framework. Maybe you take the conversational influence score. And maybe you create a conversational influence ecosystem with people that are part of your network, where influence is measured amongst the network. I don't know. Like I said, guys, when I started this whole show, the idea of the show was really just a metaphor for getting started. It's just the book cover. You know, the book cover you can take off. You're like, oh yeah, taking the book cover off. People taking the book cover off. The book cover's off. I'm just a naked, hard-covered spine right now. All my knowledge on display. You know what the funny thing is, nation? I had no plans of sharing any of this shit yet. Nope. But when I saw the agenda today, I'm like, you know what? Today's the day to maybe reveal some stuff we're working on behind the scenes. The framework behind the scenes. Rufy, you're right. People love scoring. People love ranking. People love gaming things. As I've been assessing the risks, Petro, around the conversational influence score, is my fear is, and legitimate fear, as I sat down with the many large language models this week, the legitimate fear is all the people that would be scared. Yeah, scared to use a CIS. Because they're like, yeah, I got 1 million followers, but nobody's engaging with my conversation. Oh, so what you're saying is you actually have no influence. You're a fake motherfucker. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you guys this is an R-rated show. Yeah, if you missed the opener, there was no opener. But this is an R-rated, X-rated experience. If you got kids around, you might want to tell them they're going to be offended by the chief here today. Or Marty, or Johnny. Yeah, true story. Good morning, babes. Good morning, Lauren. She's up here getting after it as well. But like I said, you know, much merit around a conversational influence score. And it's funny. You know what's funny about the whole thing? I was sitting down with Neiman a couple of days ago talking about this. It's the complete opposite. Rufy, complete opposite to Favicon. There's a platform on LinkedIn called Favicon where they reward creators that have influence. Yeah, because you're in a pod and you got a lot of people to engage with your crap. Influence, not real influence. So we're going to do some exploration around the conversational influence score. We're going to keep pushing into L.I.V.E. It's interesting, as I was building out the plan yesterday, 72 pages. Woo! So you might say to yourself, well, Bills, what do you work? What's this plan for? Well, listen, I'm zero fan of business plans. Zero fan. However, much value in taking everything up here, everything all over the place, and putting it down at the one central spot, which was the point of building out what 2026 looks like. We got Andersen coming up here. I see you there, brother. What's going on, Mister?
What's up, brother?
How are you?
Moving up.
I got no audio on you here today. I don't know if it's me or if it's you. It could be me. Hold on. It very well could be me, actually.
Yeah, let me check with myself as
A
well.
high likelihood it's actually me, because I'm running solo here today. There we go. Yep, fully me. How are you?
Good. How you doing, brother?
I am fantastic. Just hanging out and having a chat with the community here today. It's just the handsome chief solo here today. We got Melissa on a day off, and we got Jimmy being a dad. So you, me, and Marty are hanging.
Truly solo, man.
Yeah,
I was sorry to leave you pinned a little bit. I was like, man, every time I started moving towards my studio, I didn't take another dump. I'm like, holy shit, man, what's going on?
No, this is good actually. And I think you'll appreciate this because there's sometimes when you go through life that you have to adjust and adjust accordingly and adjust. And it's funny because Melissa was a little bit, I don't want to say stressed, but was a little bit like, what are you going to do tomorrow with transitions, openers, and sequences? I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna
say, that's like, I'm gonna do it like I did before you showed up.
I'm gonna go to the gym, pick up the weight, and when it's done being heavy, I'm gonna put it down. And and some days you have people to help you put the weights away, and some days you don't. But I there's just so many metaphors in situations like this, right? And
it's just so true. Like very rarely do Terry and I spend time apart.
Yeah.
But there are times like where she'll go babysit the grandboy and I can't come.
Yeah.
And so I'll be by myself at home for a week,
Yes.
And my daughters, are you going to be okay?
Yeah.
Like, I've somehow made it all those fucking years before I met your mom, I'll make it again.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
It's funny because Lauren left town before too. She's like, are you going to be okay? Yeah. What are you going to eat?
No, I'm going to fucking sit here and forget to breathe.
I'll find some food to eat. But I will be frank though. I will be frank. I notice when there aren't folks around my house, some of my routines or systems that I would normally have in play kind of go sideways because I'm like, well, there's nobody else here around. So I'm like, okay, I guess I might eat something less or go to bed a little earlier, a little later. I will admit that some of the routines go a little bit sideways when there aren't folks around, but yeah, I'm okay. Figure it out.
Well, usually for me, my routines tighten.
Oh, yeah. You got to keep yourself rigid, eh?
Well, that, and then also too, some of the routines are built around keeping me available.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
In most cases, I'm doing what I want to do. So my routine is make sure that I keep, the balance that I need to make sure I'm nurturing all parts of my life.
Yes. Yeah.
Look at Marty's here. We can't break with Sim and
I know. I knew Marty was coming. Marty sent me a text this morning. Speaking of Marty, Johnny, I don't expect you saw maybe you have saw Marty's recent reel, or I don't know if it was a story or a reel, man.
Man, I haven't spent any time.
No, and I would not expect to have. I only bumped into last night because Lauren was on it. But Marty, your mom, legend.
Say that again. You broke up.
His mom is a fucking legend. Dude, you see her getting after it at the gym. She looks like she's, pardon me, Marty. She looks like she's in her 30s or 40s. Like she's fucking rocking it hard, lifting heavy weights, rocking the crop top, and shoulders out, confident. She's just, I'm like, who is this woman? No wonder Marty's so centered. Your mom presents in a very, like, she got her shit together, man. Like, she's getting after it, man. That's so
Marty, you got the genes, brother. You know what I mean? Your dad looked great when we met him. Your mom's fucking kicking ass, man.
You watch his mom, you'd be hard not to be inspired. Any woman, man, watching Marty's mom. What's your mom's name, Marty?
Janice.
You watch Janice, you're like, holy fuck, I gotta get off the couch. Like, honest to God, there's no laziness going on there, Marty. So good for you, brother. Like, clearly, there's influence amongst the three of you guys for, living a very positive life, man. So good.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. She, believe it or not, she didn't start until she was 44.
Are you serious?
She started her journey. Yeah, she's 59 now. Yeah.
Wow. So if I can ask, I'm going to use the word look. Like, what did she? And I don't mean look necessarily physically, but what did her life look like at 44? Like, was it just like on a crappy path, like just bad choices, maybe not feeling good about herself, and just like what moved in that direction, Marty?
Yeah, she was giving me all the energy with basketball.
Oh, okay.
Traveling, running around,
yeah,
not really taking care of herself. And at the time, the job she had was 12-hour shifts.
Okay.
And so she would get off after 12 hours and kind of just, you know how it is at the 12-hour shift. You don't want to do anything.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
And then that turned into getting off after a 12-hour shift and going to the gym.
Oh yeah.
And then once she got a regular job, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, it was easy after that. So Yeah,
I can tell you, watching Lauren being inspired by your mom, another woman watching another woman, she's like, holy fuck, man, I gotta get after that, man, because she's Lauren, Marty, your mom is my new inspiration. You're dead if you're not inspired by Janice. Period. Johnny, you were gonna say something.
I was just gonna say something you said when you asked Marty that question is kind of interesting, because you said I catch myself doing this too.
Yeah.
Because when we're asking a question, we're actually asking more than most people register. You said, what did it look like? People are gonna say, oh, she was already had her abs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But you were really saying, tell me what she was like. Like, I had a guy on my podcast,
yes,
and I knew he would get it, because he was fucking, we get that we drink the same Kool-Aid. And he was talking about when he was poor.
Okay.
And I said, I said something very similar. I was like, so, describe when you were poor. And he went right into his poor thought process. He wasn't describing the fucking hood. He wasn't describing food stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my producer was like, fuck, man, you guys, because I most times I ask questions like that. Yeah. And people are going to answer that first dimension.
Yeah, very literal. Yes.
But really the first dimension is nothing more than
setting
side effect. It's side effect of this.
Yes.
And so he kind of looked at me and a little smirk. He knew what I was doing, and he just said, yeah. He goes, and what he actually kind of called mention to it. He goes, most people think that I'm going to describe food stamps, but really that's nothing more than a side effect of me smoking weed all the time, being late to my shitty job. Yeah. He was describing his poor mindset.
Yeah. Marty, is it fair for me to assume that Janice is a positive influence for many of the women around her circle?
Fuck, how could she not be?
I'm gonna be honest, man.
Yeah. Or is her circle not look like Janice?
That could just be because where we are location wise, but a lot of people,
like geographically, Marty, you mean like where you guys live? Yeah.
A lot of people don't like her because she is great.
But that means she's influencing.
Yes.
If people like her, she's not fucking influencing. Yeah.
Yep.
When you're going to try to help people,
talking smack, Janice is on the right track, man. We haven't seen that in a while.
When you're going to lead, you got to remember, only the fucking people who understand what you're doing are going to get behind you. Everybody else is going to take a stand against you.
Well, you know what? This is a good segue, because I would not have expected you guys to hear my little opener there this morning. But
let me add one more thing.
Yeah, please, Marty, please.
So right now our focus is her channeling that into positive energy for herself.
Okay. Oh, good.
Using that as motivation. So that's like the biggest hurdle right now.
Johnny, I got to tell you something. You're going to talk in front of Chris's back instead of politely behind his back. You know what I love about this though? Is that because I watched Marty and I watched some of his content. You can tell that Janice, Marty's mom, is his biggest hero. You can see his love. You can see his love, his respect, his admiration, and you can see it both ways. Like, you can just see it, and it's so admirable to watch, Marty, because the way you light up, the way you look. I don't say look after her in a goofy way, but you have a lot of pride. It's pride, Johnny. Pride with your mom, man. Like, fucking super proud. I could tell.
He's got it with his dad too.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't want to diminish Bill, but I could just, we're talking Janice right now. I could just see it, Marty. And that's because Johnny, we're not all that way with our parents. So when
usually it starts off that way.
Yes.
When we're little, and then we realize, what the fuck happened? They've been telling me all this shit for my whole fucking life. They're not doing it themselves. What the fuck?
Yes. Marty, did you and Janice have like a heart to heart? And when she like, Marty, I need some help, or did you kick her in the ass, or did she kick her own self in the ass, or was it just kind of a natural semblance of, your life started going in a different direction as you got a little older, and she's like, okay, it's now time for me to take care of myself?
I think it was kind of like I had a trainer, like my strength and conditioning coach in high school. For my high school, she started training the moms. It was a woman, and she started training the moms. And a couple times after getting her ass kicked, that's when my mom was like, "Hey, I got to get it together."
Oh yeah.
So I was just supportive. So she the strength and conditioning coach would kick my ass at school and then kick mom's ass after school.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
How it got started for real.
That's awesome. Hey, season.
I'm running it because I had a similar situation like that too. So when I had my gym, a lot of the high schools, shit, about 70% of the high schools in the county figured that they realized they brought me in, I was going to get their people in shape. And I got so many of the fucking parents because the kids were coming home, and it wasn't because they were in shape. They're like, hey, let's stop buying these fucking donuts. These donuts on the counter are not helping me.
Yeah.
And they're like, what happened to you?
Started. Yep.
What happened to you? And they're like, well, there's this guy, and and they're like, who is this guy? Because I got a message into them in a few weeks that the parents have been trying to do for fucking years, but the difference is the parents were just talking.
Yeah. Marty, one of the biggest things I've taken from just watching Janice is that she lifts. And what I mean by that is you can see that she lifts. She's not just some pussy ass gym girl who just flutters around her fucking titter toes there. No, I'm serious. Like she's like, no, I'm fucking putting down something heavy and I'm picking it up again. She's like, I'm gonna go and lift.
And let's make sure everybody understands. Heavy is relative challenge for her.
Yes. Yeah, but attacking it, not just walking around like when I watch Lauren. Lauren fucking lifts, man. She goes hard. I can see her. I hear it. I hear the pounding of the weights. I can see Janice the same thing, Marty. I suspect that's very much the case.
Yeah, man. And when you have someone push you, and then you learn the education behind it.
Yes,
it kind of just pushes you more. So that's how she started. She did it, learned about it, and it just encourages her to inspires her to do more. And she encourages other women. She does have like a workout class she teaches.
That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Season Strength. I see you there, brother. Johnny, question. Your live podcast, Season wants to know. You got on the weekends there, brother. When do you go? Saturday or Sunday?
My live one. Oh yeah. That's on Sundays at 8 a.m. Pacific time.
There you go.
But it's inside the community though. So it's okay. Because we talk in a way that social media platforms don't really appreciate anymore. Yeah. And so it's inside a private community. But Season, if you want to go, if you reach out on my Instagram, we can get you like a 75-80% off first month, so you can give it a try.
Nice.
And everybody that joins are like, oh Jesus Christ, there's so much information in here, this is so worth my time.
That's awesome. Hey, I would not have expected you guys to hear my little
real quick, just when I say first month, I make it so fucking cheap. It's $27 fucking a month. So yeah, it's designed to I just want enough for someone to commit to the process.
Awesome. So I think
free. Nobody will take. You can give them the fucking keys to the universe for free, and they'll take a dump on it.
100%. I think you guys are gonna appreciate. I was working on a few things over the last few days here, and back to leadership and live and going live. And Marty, I think you'll appreciate this because I know one of the reasons that I was quite attractive when I reached out to you, and then John, you reached back to me to do this whole show here, was live. And we've created a framework around this as we continue building the business here. And admittedly, there was some influence from the conversation we had this week with Alex on Monday. But when you look at the framework of live, you guys, so if we take live and break it down, if you're going to go live as a streamer or as Marty or as John, what you're first saying is that you're a leader. You're not waiting for somebody to say, hey, Marty, you should go start your own show or start your own conversation. No, you've decided that you're a leader. You're going to start the conversation. And then when you think about that, Marty, there's your L in your framework. As you're speaking, you're creating influence. There's your I, L-I, right? And you create that influence through your words. But to create that influence, to get to the V, you become vulnerable. Because people are fucking scared to go live. I don't want to go live. I want to record it. No. Well, here's the framework to go live. Be a leader. Have influence by being vulnerable. Sharing your stories. John talking about his pill addictions, and Marty, you talking about your stories along the way. And then the last one to frame it all together is bring the energy. So be a leader. Have that influence. Be vulnerable. Bring energy. You're going to have people showing up for you daily. There's your life.
I think also too, we got to remember is we're coming out of this era where people want to see mistakes.
100%. That's why
the over fucking produced shit is it's out. Nobody wants that. People want to see the ahs, that kind of shit.
You're bang on, man. You're absolutely right. Marty, you were going to say something?
Yeah, no, I like that acronym. I
Yes,
like that.
it works a lot.
There,
Yeah, I've been working on this framework behind the way, and I've been working on a framework for, again, I don't expect you guys to have heard this, but a conversational influence score, a CIS. So here's how it works, Marty. So, you know, you get in front of 100,000 people and you say something and nobody does anything. You're like, okay, I guess I have no influence because they're all fake bots. You get in front of 100 people and you say something and 99 people do something. Well, you have influence. It's the great equalizer, because you have 1 million followers. Example, I have 100 followers. We both say the same thing. My influence score is higher because my people did something, your people didn't do anything. Who has more influence to the world? I do. You follow me?
Yep.
Right. So it might be a way. So I've been working on this behind the scenes. There's algorithms, there's data in here, and there's a bunch of shit going on, but it might be a way, what I'm calling, it's called the great equalizer. Because now I'm saying to you, oh, hey, Mr. with the big following, let's go do a live show together. Let's see who shows up and see who has influence.
Yeah, no, I like that, because a lot of people might have a big following, but
They're fake.
going live is a skill.
Yeah, 100%. Scarcity. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And let's look at the engagement.
Yeah, that's exactly it. 100%. 100%. Hey, you're hanging out with Keith, Jon, and Marty here on a little bit of a different Mornings in a Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. I got some fun shit to put on the table on a current event topics, guys. Hey, so Jon, I know you don't eat carbs. And because carbs just float in the air, they just seep into our skin. But there are
but real quick, well, I'm going to rephrase that. Yes. I use carbohydrates as a tool.
As a tool, yes, yeah. And I'm speaking jokingly about it, but there's Marty, do you guys both like pineapple by any chance? Like, do you have any affiliation for pineapple as a fruit?
Hell yeah.
I love pineapple. Jon, do you?
Love it.
It's the highest on the glycemic index.
It is the highest.
You have to understand when to use it.
I'm glad you brought that up, though, Jon. Yes. Talk about that for a second, because some folks, so pineapple, grapes, high glycemic, like high sugar spike, right? That's the effects, right?
Yeah, and I don't think there's a higher one than pineapple. Now, granted, it's also fucking packed with good shit.
Yes.
But it's not one that you're going to eat at the wrong time.
That's right. You know, it's interesting to hear this said, Jon, because it's like you're eating sugar, eh? Like, it's so, I can see Matt's comment, you're super sugar. It's got a density to it, doesn't it? A pineapple.
Well, I think it's almost like the difference between a bite of whitefish and a bite of, you know, you say like organic ground beef.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on in that mouth, in the mouthful of each.
I bring this up.
Ground beef's got a shitload going on.
Oh, Lauren crushed some good ground beef burgers last night, man. Just some good old grass-fed organic beef. Oh, was it ever good? Anyways, hey, Dole, they've actually created a brand new pineapple, guys. It took them 15 years to make. It's a genetically modified pineapple. It's called the Colada Royale, and they have been working on it for over 15 years.
As soon as you say genetically modified, it turns me away.
I know, you and me both, man. Explain to me why it turns you off.
Well, it means they've changed something in nature. Yeah. That means the body doesn't recognize it.
Yeah.
When the body doesn't recognize something, it's like the body was created with a design, and that design, if you can keep the body inside of its design, it works fucking great. Yeah. Kind of like these machines that you use them the way they're supposed to, last forever. You take them outside their design, they keep breaking.
It's got a smaller core. It's got 2.5 times more vitamin B6. But to your point, Andersen, it's got all canceled out because the GMO side of things. But for me, why I put it on the table for the conversation was because it was a carb, a high glycemic carb, like some good educational opportunity there. But just this idea of working for 15 years to create a brand new piece of food. Really, that's modified. That some people are like, I don't want to fucking eat that. Marty,
it means it's going to make them a shitload of money.
Well,
they wouldn't have spent that much time.
Bingo.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what's special about it?
Well, so I'm making an assumption here.
Cheap.
Yes, and it's got
That's the number one thing on the list.
100%. And it's got some, and Johnny, no, but it's got some new flavor profile to it. It's got like a natural coconut and vanilla flavor reminiscent of a pina colada.
Yeah. There we go.
Exactly.
I mean, the body's going, what the fuck is all this, dude?
Yep. Yeah,
it's crazy that the Dole, I think it's the Dole.
The Dole plantation.
One of those plants that processes, right? Yeah. It's actually in Monterey, or one of them anyway. And like when I got from my it's basically my mom and my brother live in Pebble and Carmel.
Okay.
So highway, I think it's highway 56 is the last highway you take to get to them off of highway 101.
Okay.
And if you're going by there like early in the morning, like dark, the fucking trucks that are lined up bringing in whatever they're dropping off, which is some level of pineapple, dude, it's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
They're probably 30 or maybe 30 might be a stretch. Easy 20 semis just in line. They got their blinkers on, they're off, and they're just slowly fucking pulling in and dumping off what they're dumping off and going back to getting at a load of whatever it is. And that thing, it's just crazy to see the amount, the volume,
that is crazy
of what goes on with that.
Yeah. Speaking of what going on with that, we know that here in Western society, there is, speaking of GMO stuff, genetically modified stuff, Johnny, we know here in Western society, there's a strong disregard for genetically modifying mammals or living entities. Well, fucking China. They just made some announcements yesterday. Scientists have pushed some ethical limits by creating genetically modified animals, including pigs and monkeys, engineered with schizophrenia and autism. Like, exactly, Marty. Yes. So created these animals that have these disorders so that they can understand them. The debate and the discussion and why I'm putting it on the table ethically is because we when I say we in quotes, Western worlds do not do these things yet. They've just made the decision, and maybe it's not a bad thing, Marty. Maybe there's some value in having a society go, okay, let's go and see if we can create humans along the way, Marty. Maybe there's value in that.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what's the point? And I guess if you want to do some studies on the
they can do whatever the fuck they want to those people or those.
There's got to be a better way. Yeah, there's got to be a better way, man.
Yeah, the test they can put on those animals is very different than what they can do on a human.
No, but here's where I think we're naive. And Andersen, Andersen, here's where I think your expertise shines into this too. So you have been really proud about you being a human experiment. You've done a lot of crazy shit with your body. The three of us know there are scientists, there are folks in this world that have taken other human beings, whether legally or illegally, and do crazy shit to them all the time to learn the Frankenstein theory. We can't be naive to think that doesn't happen, Marty. We can't think there's not some fucking person kidnapped somewhere in Kazakhstan or somewhere in Asia and who's getting crazy shit done to them for testing purposes. I hate to say it out loud, but I know they are. Because how do you learn? Like, how are we going to learn if somebody's going to survive on Mars or in some situation? Well, let's take this human we captured because he's a robber. Let's go put him in a jail. Let's go and fucking dismember him. I know I'm talking ridiculous, but I'm telling you guys, it's got to happen. It's got to happen.
Well, the crazy part, you mentioned the word experiment.
Yes.
And then, of course, and I'm not disagreeing.
Yes.
I've definitely gone to the edge of extreme with my own personal experimentation, but there's been a ton of personal experimentation with just understanding just like foods.
Yeah. Yes.
The first fucking experimentation was just to figure out what foods helped me achieve what I wanted to achieve.
Great example.
And it's like, if a person does any level of experimentation outside, the rules of society, then it's somehow deemed as this, dangerous thing.
Marty, we had a guy on the show yesterday, Tommy Short. I'm sorry that you missed him yesterday. He was Johnny, a D1 basketball ref. I think he refed over 20,000 games or something. Marty, he put his phone down for a whole year.
What do you mean, put it down?
Put it down. Didn't pick it up. Did not have a phone for an entire year. So talking about experience.
Put it down would be, he should have just said turned it off.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, put it away. So he didn't have a whole phone for a whole year. So I talk about experimentation. There's this one dude, Tommy Short, who's like, yeah, I'm gonna live my life for an entire year without my phone.
Because he said as a ref, he had to be so glued to it. That's how he got his jobs, because they were basically, it was like a list of refs that coaches or excuse me, whoever was putting the games together, they're trying to find refs, and it's like they're going down a list. And if you don't pick up the phone, they're on to the next one.
Yeah.
So to be a good ref, you had to be fucking on your phone and fielding the first 4 rings, he said.
Man, I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
He said the college refs, they're all independent. The pro refs, they're like part of a union.
Yes.
So they're a little more organized.
Yeah.
And so, but I mean, it's to have a good career with something like that, you have to prove your availability.
So did he not ref when he put his phone down, or?
Yeah, he was done reffing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was when he was done reffing. Okay, he's like, this thing has become such a fixture of my hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try life without it.
Yeah. Hey, season strength comes back with a comment here, boys. Keep in mind, fellas, that broccoli and cauliflower all come from kale. I don't know if that's the case. So most of everything you eat right now has been genetically modified. I don't know. Is that true?
I honestly would have to ask a whole series of questions, and I probably still wouldn't know.
Hey, Grok, is cauliflower and broccoli from kale?
Yes, broccoli and cauliflower both descend from the wild cabbage plant, Brassica oleracea, like kale is. Selective breeding over centuries turned that scraggly seaside weed into these heads. Nothing's truly natural about them anymore. Wild how one tough little veggie birthed all that, eh?
No shit.
Season just put himself on Front Street in terms of having some pretty deep knowledge. Good job.
Holy shit, Season strength, man. You are the fucking man here today.
Yeah, he not just spewing out shit. That's a guy right there who doesn't say it unless he's confident behind it.
Dude, you're not just a pretty face there behind the old icon, Season. Holy smokes, Johnny. The guy finds our show. Now he's dropped. Season, I might just have to hold the goat button, man. I did not know that. My 53 years on the planet, I did not know that broccoli and cauliflower came from kale.
Well, it makes sense because he's involved in trying to help the youth. So for him to have this type of knowledge makes perfect sense.
That's awesome. Apples used to be the size of your testicles. Yeah, yes. Whose testicles though? Mine, Marty's, or Johnny's? That's the question, perhaps. But hey, so if you think that you had a bad day, Tiffany Harrison, a deaf woman from Long Beach, miraculously survived after being struck by a small homemade plane that crash landed on a soccer field while she was walking her dog. Unable to hear the aircraft's approach because she was deaf, Harrison had no time to react before impact.
This is why you walk against traffic, so you can see it.
I'm only laughing because she survived. I'm because there's
because this is a perfect demonstration of why you don't leave it. You're this getting out of the way of a moving vehicle of any type to your ears alone.
Well, the crash occurred after a man in his 60s, John. So, dude, as we get up here in age here, a man in his 60s lost engine power and attempted an emergency landing. And as the plane was descending, it landed on her.
I'm curious. Why does it got to do? He could have been in his 30s. He would have had the same problem.
Nah, y'all got 7 years to fly a plane. Y'all better get it in. 60, I can't be flying planes.
I was waiting. That's why I was waiting for Martin's comment, Johnny. Oh my God. So here's what happened. All she suffered was a fractured spine, broken pelvis, and some serious leg wounds. But that's it. Like she
suffered. That sounds like a pretty fucking massive suffering.
Yeah. That's all she had, Johnny.
Well, I mean, I guess she still got her life because you would think there's a high possibility of her getting, fucking beheaded in a situation like that.
My God, she lived though. Yeah, she lived.
What about her dog?
Dog lived too. Dog was completely unharmed.
Well, that's good.
My God.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they got those. He probably fucking heard the thing coming, was trying to get her out of the way.
Dog probably sprinted out of there.
Hey, so we were talking earlier this week around ChatGPT becoming the everything app. Well, there was an announcement made earlier this week. PayPal is now PayPal's integrated in ChatGPT. So, John, you can actually do a complete transactional consumer experience inside of ChatGPT, sell somebody something, pay for it inside of ChatGPT with PayPal, never have to leave the platform. Again, what I've been talking about going to websites, leaving platforms, it's all embedded right in the commerce experience. You stay right inside ChatGPT, Johnny.
No shit. Because funny enough, last night, or yesterday, I should say, I was buying a winch for that Jeep that we got.
Oh yeah.
I went to fucking chat and said, hey, this is the year of my Jeep. This is the model. I want this. And it fucking gave me a list of links. I fucking literally connected to it. I hit the link. It went right to Amazon. Boom. Purchased it. The things that I'll be here Friday. It made that was like because I know nothing about winches. Absolutely nothing.
But it's funny though, when you have to become an expert in something, I suspect there's a few hours yesterday, the day before, you became kind of an expert in winches as you were researching, didn't you?
No, that's exactly my point. I was I don't have the fucking time to figure all this shit out, you know? So I just asked a couple questions. I said, it came back with, okay, make sure you don't have this problem. Okay, well, I had to give it a little bit more information. But it said the only problem I was going to have was going to be the clutch lever. Was it going to actually hit the bumper or the grill? So I just made sure that the clutch lever was this little fucker that would never twist when it twisted outside of the measurement of the fucking winch, and it was good. So it was such a cool, because I mean, when you don't know shit, it's like, fuck, you dive in this rabbit hole and goddamn, where do you stop?
Yes. Yeah, no, I hear you. Hey,
and you know why I was buying a winch?
Tell me.
I've never fucking used a winch in my life.
Well, I know. So all of a sudden you need a fucking winch.
Well, because it's got this big fucking bumper and this big place where there's supposed to be a winch.
Oh,
you could see it was missing something.
Oh. So you actually don't need the winch. The Jeep needs the winch. I'm sorry. It needs the winch so it looks like it's got some toughness to it.
Well, it didn't need all the fucking aftermarket, lift kits and fucking wheels either.
Seasoned in the middle of your back day, dropping nuggets here. Seasoned. Johnny, how was your workout yesterday?
It was a fucking doozy, man. That's why, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, funny enough, last night was a night where I was like, okay, this is a carbohydrate night. It's like, I'm so fucking zapped here. Oh, yeah. I need to get, so I actually had, what did I have? I had over the last 2 meals, I had a cup and a half of white rice with my last 2 meals. Because on these, I've done this to myself in the past where if I don't feel like I've caught up enough, I wake up the next morning and I'm just fucking zonked. And so it's pretty crazy when you can, I mean, granted, this is also, I understand my body. A lot of times people are like, oh yeah, it was a tough work. I better eat fucking carbohydrates all day. No, you're just going to wake up and look puffy,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a doozy. I can feel it for sure.
Hey, so I brought this down from upstairs because Lauren wanted me to ask you about this one. Carnosine, CARNOSINE. Do you know about it, Johnny? Carnosine?
I'll have to look into that. My brain's not catching that at this moment.
Okay. Yeah.
My first thing is carnitine, and then L-acetocarnitine.
Yes, I know of that. Yes.
And I'm thinking, there's a bunch of carbs that are coming to mind, but not that one. Gotcha.
Hey, have you?
What is it? I mean, what is it for?
Yeah, it's a topical sports hydration gel. So I don't. She just said ask John about carnosine because that gets apparently amino acid or maybe from the peptide side of things. But it's obviously it's in a sample pack, so it's on the counter. I said I'm gonna ask John about it. So
generally speaking, when you take something to the stomach, most of it gets killed through the stomach. So if it's gonna be topical like this, or sub Q, it's going to work better. Like for example, carnitine you could take 500 milligrams at a sub Q, and it'd be like taking 3,000 fucking milligrams through the stomach.
But you said something I'm quite intrigued by. So topical is actually better than the stomach too? Like even a topical cream?
Well, because it doesn't have to go through your stomach acid.
Oh, but just okay. But just it
But
goes.
your skin will absorb anything you put on.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why we get so, I mean, there's so many toxins in the soaps and the lotions and all this shit. So that would be my first concern is it a delivery? Because there's always going to be some sort of a delivery system. Like the gum that I chew, the nicotine gum I chew, it's got a non-toxic delivery system. Now it doesn't taste very good, but I don't do it for the taste.
Yes. Yeah. I got you.
So as long as it's got a non-toxic delivery system, it's good.
Yeah.
Like for example, remember when SARMs, it was testosterone gel came out. You remember that?
I do remember that. Yes.
It was actually illegal for a little while.
I do remember that. Yeah.
People were fucking rubbing that shit all over themselves.
Yeah.
We never saw liver enzymes spike so fucking high in that whole world because it was a toxic delivery system.
Interesting. Wait, because you can't, because you can just slather. Next thing you know, you're just bathing in testosterone.
Well, it wasn't really the testosterone is not so in the testosterone, the toxic part is the androgenic factor.
Okay.
It's not highly androgenic. So there's going to be some effect, but if it's done properly, that's why people go on, TRT or, for the rest of their lives and it does not bother their liver. It's because it's, it's usually an injection, that will keep that toxicity low. It's the delivery system. Here's another interesting one.
Yes.
Right. So we know how bad seed oils are. We've been talking about seed oils, eliminating, trying to fucking eat them. Right.
Yes.
Well, if you look at most of the testosterone that clinics and even doctors are prescribing, it's in a fucking seed oil. Okay. So Jesus Christ. We know how bad this is and we try not to eat it, but now we're going to inject it in ourselves, but it's fucking cheap. So the companies that give a shit, they're now doing an MCT oil. Now, granted, it's way more expensive. So a lot of these clinics, they don't want to carry it because now their margin on this shit goes way down.
It's shrunk. Yeah. Hey, Jon, I've been doing some reading. It appears, and I'm curious for your point of view on this, maybe from a client or people knocking on your doors perspective. I know predominantly your clientele are mostly men. It seems there are more and more women as they're aging seem to be more curious around TRT and the benefits of testosterone for women as they're aging. Can you comment on that?
100%, because women have testosterone also. And now a female, obviously the balance is very different. Estrogen is going to be higher.
Yes.
And testosterone is lower. But if their testosterone is low, it causes the same fucking problems it does for a male. But the problem is that that's kind of a newer practice. So a lot of doctors and clinics don't really understand, how to do it for a female like they do for a male, largely because, for a male, it's just a simpler thing. That's the between estrogen and testosterone is the leader. Generally speaking, you give a man a little too much testosterone, he's just going to feel better, right? You give a woman a little too much testosterone, she's fucking growing a beard.
Yeah. I'm laughing because that's kind of and then correct me if I'm wrong, but this also changes as the woman goes through menopause too, and as their hormones are changing. So that's why there is
100%.
That's why there's been more education and discussion around how can we help women with TRT therapy. Am I correct?
Yeah, 100%. I can't remember. I think it was before we started. It had to have been because I was there for 10 days. Okay. So one of my clients, I had just fucking changed his life so heavily. He basically brought me a gift. So he and I went to Fiji for a 10-day Tony Robbins thing.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And it was all inclusive and one of the primary female speakers was sharing that she was on testosterone therapy.
Yeah.
And the fucking people there were just jaw dropped. None of them had a clue.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's because, you know, the people, especially in his group, Tony Robbins' group, I mean, they got the deep research. They're connected to the best doctors and nutritionists. And so anybody that works for him is going to have full access to these people. And they dial themselves in, you know, and she was, I'm trying to think, she was in her 60s and just fucking kicking ass. And she was talking about some of the things that she did. And when she shared that, you know, the females were just kind of like, and she was a pretty lady, right?
Yes.
And so it's just kind of eye-opening for people to see. But that doctor has to know what he's doing.
Yeah. I remember even talking with Adam House. And there was folks in his world that I think it may have been I know there were folks in his world that I may have been his ex-wife, which was talking about the peptide world, because, you know, peptides and TRT and females that are looking into that industry more than ever because of knowledge and science and curiosity and how can we age more effectively as a female, right?
Yeah.
So,
hey, check this out. So Season just came in and said he looked into the product. I think he's talking about the one Lauren was asking. He said it looked into it. DMSO is the delivery system.
okay,
That is a massive anti-inflammatory. So
what's DMSO?
DMSO, massive. You look it up, you'll see shit like, do you clean a motor or is it universal solvent? Do you clean a motor or do you put it on a sore joint? So tell Lauren to put it on her knees or elbows on the joints that might inflame, because then she'll be getting, because it's very, in terms of DMSO and where you're going to get that it's a very localized anti-inflam.
Yeah.
So tell her to put it on joints. It'll help those joints stay nice and tight. Now, the only downfall to that is if you use it's because we use a shitload of that stuff in strength, because it would kill inflammation. I'll tell you a quick story that'll demonstrate how strong the shit is, but it breaks down anything in its path. So it breaks down inflammation, but it also will break down, if you use it too much, it can break down tendons and ligaments, but you got to be pretty aggressive to do that. Long periods of use. But here's a perfect example. So Terry and I come home from this fucking trip, and I'd been over in Eastern Europe competing. I was fucking beat to shit. It was the team world champion qualifier. We qualified, which meant in 2 weeks we were fucking showing up to the finals. And dude, it was a 4-day competition, and they just beat the Christ out of us. I showed up home, and my right here was in both arms, because we had this event where I was like fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex. My shit was so messed up, I couldn't fucking straighten my arms.
T-Rex.
So I went over, I told her, I said, listen, I'm doing everything I can to recover. I said, look, I when you use it, it gives you like a smell of garlic in your mouth. Funny enough. She might notice something like that too. If she gets a funny taste, that's a DMSO. So I was like, well, if I have her put it on me, she's got it on her fingers too, then she won't know that I have this, right? So she's massaged, and I'm aggressive with it. I rub the shit on to the point where I rub it on to the point where my skin will start to bubble. It'll start to blister. That's how aggressive this shit is, right?
Jesus.
Now I'm sure that they've probably toned it down with some sort of a cream so it doesn't burn skin. But when you use a straight DMSO, so she's rubbing it on me, and about 5 minutes in, she looks up and she goes, "What the fuck? This has eaten my fingernail polish off my fingernails." That describes it, right?
That tells you everything right there. Yeah. If it's
you can degrease a motor, you can remove nail polish. It goes back to the old farmer. Way back when he would take kerosene and put it on his hands.
Yes.
Because that would break down inflammation so he could work for the day.
Yes.
That's also universal solvent.
Yeah, I remember that kerosene hack, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So DMSO
fits
into that family. Although I don't think you can put it in a fucking lantern and burn it.
Well,
I don't think it'll combust.
Yeah. Season Strength come back here saying, and Cosmic, I see your question, brother. I'm going to get your question. Questions are coming in, guys. DMSO will pull in any molecule through your skin into the bloodstream. You have to be careful. No shit.
You got to clean your skin before you put it on.
No shit. Interesting. Cosmic says, Johnny, question for you, brother. I'm 41. Is it safe to take testosterone? I'm not trying to get ball cancer.
Well, it depends on, you got to get a test. If your endocrine system is off balance, that's more dangerous than taking testosterone.
Oh, interesting.
Now, keep in mind, when you're thinking about ball cancer, you're also thinking about all these fucking war stories of people doing the shit that don't know what they're doing.
Yes.
You're trying to get the body back in its design.
So
it's fallen out of its design.
I don't want to paint a broad brush, and I don't want to put misinformation on the table. As we age as men, though, there is probably a high likelihood that as we age, having TRT therapy more than likely is a benefit. I guess the point I'm trying to make is, as Cosmic asks the question, regardless of you asking the second question, which is what I would expect you to ask, is a clarifying question. To simplify it, I'm 41. Is it safe to take testosterone? Probably the simple answer is yes. Would I be correct?
The simple answer is go get a blood test.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Because the blood test will tell you if you have a need. If you have a need, it's safer to take it than not to take it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. Okay. Duh. Yeah. Because if the blood test is saying you don't need to take testosterone, then no, what the hell are you taking it
for?
If
you're in normal range, even if you're low normal, then you're not at risk. If you're like really low, that means your endocrine system is operating in a very, very off rhythm, which means that can create a negative health ripple effect.
No, but let's stay here though, for serious. Let's stay here. So I'm 53. As I'm aging, I know my testosterone starts to decrease over time. That's just what happens with our body. That's just how it works. That's how our body works, right? So I'm going to make an assumption that I'm going to want to have some supplements to help me age properly.
Well, it just depends. Are you wanting to, live the life that you have, or are you wanting to?
That's what I mean, yes.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah. Then the answer.
Everybody has a different perspective. Do you want you've got this time capsule that you live in? Well, are you trying to maximize your capsule?
Yeah.
See, you're going to have a certain amount of, and keep in mind, your endocrine system's too fucked up. You might shorten the length of your capsule.
Oh yeah. John, we don't talk enough about the endocrine system, do we? When I say we, I'm saying society, okay? Because you've brought it up a number of times because you know the importance of how it all works together. But with a simple statement, we don't talk enough to educate more humans around the endocrine system. Would you agree with that very blanket statement?
Yeah, 100%. Well, because keep in mind, when that's fucked up, then you need all sorts of other medications. Now you're subscribed.
I see. Now you're
even with testosterone, you're subscribed, but at least you're subscribing to having better health rather than, you're trying to not have the other medications versus not subscribed. Or you can subscribe to getting better or getting worse.
What are you saying to Marty, who's coming to you, putting Marty on the table, and he's talking to you, he's wanting to work with you, and he's feeling a certain way? What kind of answers is he giving you to your questions, which would question his endocrine system?
He's tired, brain fog, has a hard time concentrating, probably lack of motivation. But keep in mind, all of this shit's still got to be there once he's actually operating his lifestyle properly. Lifestyle goes in check. You still have that. Okay, time for a blood test.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how many men that I've had that come to me with they're kind of at low, like right on the verge of needing it. Yes. They straighten out their lifestyle and their testosterone will go up. I've raised testosterone just through lifestyle. 150, 200 points sometimes.
Wow. What about thyroid, Johnny? What's your opinions on the old thyroid? And I put it on the table because it seems to be, again, my perception, Keith's perception, it seems to be a Western. Oh, you got
well, it's
thyroid
because
issues.
it's brought on by Western lifestyle, Western eating habits. Now, granted, some people are born with it. Kind of like you think it to simplify it. It's put it in the same boat with diabetes.
Okay.
There are the few that are born. Those are type A'ers. They were just missing a fucking. They got one card short.
Yes.
In their deck, and then there's the people who basically did it to themselves.
Yeah. I bring it up because I know as I was going through my journey in life, you know, the docs, you got thyroid issues. Here's your pill. Here's your whatever, levothyroxine, whatever it is. And it bothered me because it just seems like it's just the Band-Aid thing. It's like, oh, you got a thyroid issue. So it's a product of Western
but that's
medicine.
the whole fucking system.
I know. That's why
the food why are the FDA connected? The food fucking they're putting shit in the food now, and they're telling the drug companies what they're putting in. And the drug companies are developing the prescriptions and the drugs that are needed to deal with the problems that are in the mail.
Yeah.
That's why they're connected.
Seasoned. Too many people will not change lifestyle. This should be first. Yeah, well, it's the hardest thing to do.
Exactly.
Right. Marty?
No, it is the hardest thing to do. You know, I got the same
It's
issue.
only hard because people around you say it's hard.
Yeah.
It's only hard because you're surrounded by people who are doing the dumb shit that's saying that other stuff is extreme. I mean, here's the thing. Check this out. This is fucking crazy. You got people flip out because someone's taken, 200 milligrams of fucking test every fucking week, right? One medication. Yes, that is a medication. Totally accepted when some fucking fat fucker's 50 pounds overweight and taking 6 medications just so he doesn't have a heart attack. That's not extreme.
It's hard to argue with that statement.
Yeah, because there's so many fat fuckers taking all the medication. They're happy living in that club because it's comfortable. But the guy that's taking the bull by the horns and has the one medication, so he doesn't have to take the other ones, he's extreme.
Sheep and shepherds.
Not trying to get like off topic, but it's funny you said that, Johnny, because people call all the healthy shit extreme. You know,
I know, dude.
I'm probably like
I got a bedtime. I'm extreme. I got a bedtime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone I think they said if my body fat is below 10, I'm unhealthy. Or if I have a 6-pack, I'm unhealthy. It's just it's insane. But they're not going to say that to the guy with the gut that sticks out and can't see his feet. He can't see his
you don't watch TV at night. You're extreme.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, you go to bed at a set time. Oh, that's extreme. And you don't eat processed foods. You're extreme. No, I just like to fucking feel good.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll be extreme.
It actually
I call me what you will. I got no problem with your fucking with your label.
It actually relates to even some content I saw, Marty, you put out there where there's some folks talking about the fact that if you're not,
hey, I got to take a piss.
Go. I saw some comments here from folks, Marty, within your feeds that if you're not carrying extra weight, you're privileged. I was like, what? It just seemed kind of bizarre to me that there's this thought process that because you're making good choices in life and not making choices that are contributing to your health, that somebody says you're privileged. When I saw the content, here's where I went. So in up here in Canada, we have a very significant Indigenous population that when you go to some of the places where they live, food is ridiculously expensive, and it's cheaper to buy Coke than it is water, or cheaper to buy Coke than it is to buy milk, and cheaper to buy the shitty food than it is the healthy food. Some would say, well, you're privileged because you can afford to eat and drink milk instead of Coca-Cola. I saw your content there and I couldn't get over some of the folks that just kept self-effacing the belief that because I ate broccoli instead of the Big Mac, I was privileged.
And I was just going to say, man, as I mature, and I get older, I kind of just let those people live in their delusion,
Yes.
I can't force them to come to this side, to the common sense side, or force them to want to improve. It's unfortunate, but I'm realizing too that there's more of those delusional people than there are of us who want to get better, improve, live our lives to the best of our abilities.
What does make me sad though is that mindset, that there's a mindset there, and it's sad to me because you'd like to sit down and help folks try to change that mindset. It's not privilege. It's not privilege to drink water over drinking a sugary drink.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. Like, there are people from my community that'll say my mindset is a privileged mindset. I'm thinking like a white person.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what your skin color is. It doesn't matter, your height. Doesn't matter your gender. Do you want to do it or not? Do you have the will to do it? Do you have the will to take the steps? And it seems like as we progress, there's more people with that negative mindset, and it just keeps growing. Like we're becoming more rare and rare. Me, you, and Johnny are becoming more rare.
Good time. The food pyramid had us tricked. Yeah, true story.
It did. It cooked us.
John Petricelli, lazy people use the words fanatic and extreme to describe the dedicated.
That's it.
It's absolutely fair.
It's just a decision.
Yes. Yeah. It's have you ever used so true conversation when I'm coming up here next? In your basketball career or anytime in the gym, have you experienced nipple chafing? And
No. I remember last time you talked about this, I didn't know what it was. I think I forgot the
nipple chafing.
What is that again?
So when your nipples rub against a shirt and it's just a constant rubbing, right? So
okay.
There's a hack on TikTok right now that calls it the nipple tape posture hack, where they're encouraging men to put nipple tape on their nipples and shoulders out, and it creates this sensory cue that makes you feel taller without a bulky brace. So apparently it's this, so again, 30-year-old man, you're like, oh, I want to be confident. I'm going to put some nipple tape on, and it's going to make me feel more confident. Well, obviously it doesn't work, but I thought it was fascinating that there's, and it's incredible to me how many of these, whatever you want to call them, memes, trends, fads pop up on these platforms that take a life of their own on, Like, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh yeah, we're all just nipple tapers.
It started with the ladies with the waist trainers and the body shaping, and now it's getting to the guys. It's crazy. And I thought, I understand coming from the women with them being a little more self-conscious about their image. It made more sense to me. But the guys, come on, guys.
Well, yeah, so the other thing apparently it's back is the bush is back. And yes, the bush that I'm talking about, the bush, the pubic area bush. Well, according to the Kardashian crew and according to some of the people that are rocking the media world these days, is that the bush is making a comeback. Well, I can tell you this: Keith and Johnny grew up with the bush, and then there was a point in time where the bush went away. But Marty, every good thing makes or life is cyclical, man. Well, apparently there is the bush making its way back, being led by the Kardashian clan. Marty, what are your thoughts on the bush coming back?
My thing is cleanliness, man. I feel a lot cleaner without the bush, man.
Yeah,
I know Johnny's going to get me because.
Well, dude, I'm telling you,
that's just me.
I can't say I disagree with that.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah. There was a time and a place.
We only liked the bush because it was the first way we saw a vagina. I would have been much more interested if it wasn't covered with hair. Fuck, I was always like, God damn, what's it really look like in there?
Yeah, I'm just like, is it clean? It's got to be cleaner without the bush,
Hey, Johnny, you ever use nipple tape? And I'm serious. Like when you were lifting or going through any competitions and stuff, has nipple tape been part of your journey? True, serious question here.
I heard the whole TikTok thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had situations like there was certain shirts that we would wear I had this tank top that I would wear, and it was a certain material, so it was kind of coarse, I guess you would call it. So shit, like a stone it grabbed the equipment better than my skin.
Oh, okay.
And so that would chafe my nipples, but it was just like, but it was for a purpose.
Yes.
I think this, all these little things are just looking for, it's a bunch of people looking for a
shortcut,
an easy way.
Well, yeah, it's a shortcut, man. It's exactly what it is. It's this, I want to be confident. I want to put nipple tips on to put my shoulders out. No, go to the gym, go to bed early, go to the gym, lift some weights, be confident. And that's a good way to,
or how about when someone's got they're fat and they got the little fucking missile tits, so they tape it so it doesn't stick through their shirt. That's probably what this comes down to.
Missile tits.
They're fucking, their posture's poor, so that's how they get those things to not poke through the shirt. So they tape it so they can stand up straight. They don't look like they got it's terrible.
We were talking Bush is back. Yeah, good time. Face rash is back as well. Yeah, that's exactly it. Hey, where's my notes here? I don't have my notes in front of me here, but I did say a headline, Johnny. You're going to be happy with this one. More and more North Americans are moving away from toilet paper to bidets. True story. Recognizing the benefits of it.
Good. I'm telling you, it's a different fucking world.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well,
it is.
So here's something here. Gut truth or dare, can you spot the bathroom myths? Have you ever noticed how some people confidently can repeat bathroom facts that aren't facts at all? Well, I got some common bathroom and gut health myths that people think about often and talk about. Where are my notes here? Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Women's rooms can harbor more bacteria. Women's bathrooms can actually harbor more bacteria than men's, Marty. Why? Longer average use, more visitors, including kids, and product handling can increase the microbial load compared to men's bathrooms. So women think they're all clean and shit, which they are, but the fact of the matter is they're actually the rooms themselves are dirtier than the men's because they spend more time in there and there's more kids in there.
You know what the delivery system for the germs is the hands.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
yeah, I mean, your hands, you should fucking wash your hands before you touch your fucking dick.
I agree.
Flushable wipes and hygiene products aren't really flushable, clogging pipes and causing fatbergs using the trash that's plugging up cities around around the planet. Regular bowel movements don't guarantee gut health. Frequency is one signal, but not the whole story. John, you talk about it often. Energy, bloating, stool quality, fiber intake, stress, sleep, and meds all matter. So just because somebody's regular doesn't mean they actually have happy and good gut health, which is why we want to look at it.
Can I add something about the women's bathrooms real quick?
Yeah, Marty.
As someone who trains mostly women, in a public setting, the women complain far more than the men about the cleanliness of the bathroom. I mean, they're constantly complaining about something in there too. So I just wanted to add that. So that doesn't shock me. I've heard that before about women's bathrooms.
Interesting.
But I don't think that the study's talking about shit you can see.
No.
It's talking about the germs that have been brought in by the hands that are all over the fucking place because they're like putting on fucking makeup, touching the counter and doing this and doing that. Kids, especially, their fucking hands are really filthy.
Well, that's the point I'm trying to make. If the shit that you can see is worse than a men's bathroom, I can imagine that the stuff that you can't see is also. That's the point I was trying to make. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, there's no question. When it comes down to it, there's always some fucker, man or woman, who goes in there that just chooses not to make sure that the hand towel they use didn't go in the trash and all this kind of stuff.
You know what's fascinating to me too is we came through the world of COVID there, where everything became clean and sanitary for the longest time, and the public restrooms and go to restaurants and everything's all clean.
That's
the moment that it all ended. Every public
it's gone.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I've fired the guy who's cleaning my bathroom now because Marty can go into a shitty stall. It's incredible how humans just lowered the bear, Marty. Like all of a sudden the bar went away. It was like, oh, we don't need to clean that now until Marty asked for it to be cleaned. It's incredible.
And I say the men's bathroom was the wildest shit I've seen.
Dude, the men's bathroom is
It's the wildest shit I've seen, though. Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Men take everything to the extreme. I can say that.
Well, it's just like when I went to a hockey game a few weeks back. There's some guy taking a shit in the arena. I'm like, who's coming to a fucking hockey game, sitting in the fucking public bathroom, having a dump? Like, while everybody's pissing in the toilet, it's just a mess in there. Women don't.
I'll fucking take it up wherever I got to take a dump.
Well, that's
we know that.
We know.
Fuck, man. You know, it's sometimes it fucking blows. I'm like, God damn it, I got to deal with this shit. You know, it's just fucking filthy. But my body does not like that waste sitting in there. It's when it's time to go, I got to go. I mean, I've had to fucking shit on the side of the road more times than I can count.
Yeah, listen, I can appreciate that, and I think I'm the same way. I just don't think you'll ever catch me at a. You're not going to catch me at Commander Stadium with Marty and 100,000 people, and me saying to Marty, I need to go for a shit right now in the middle of the second quarter, and sitting in the stall with everybody. Here was what I went to a big fucking festival here, John, back in the olden days here in Manitoba, big rock festival, outside country festival. That the morning I had the morning after, when my bowels were like, hey, you got to evacuate what's in your stomach. I had to go rent a hotel room in Gimli so I can go and have a shit somewhere, because I wasn't shitting where I was supposed to go shit at that place. So like, no, I'm not doing it. I made a choice to go to a hotel to get it done. So no, Anderson, I'm not shitting with 100,000 fans at Commander Stadium. Sorry, not doing it.
Well, I guess you got to stop worrying about what they're thinking about.
Yeah. I was going to say, for myself at events like that, I usually do it beforehand, and I'm good.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I try to avoid these situations. There's no question.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't, though. Sometimes you just it just hits you.
Keith, if you got to go,
there's been plenty of times where I'll have to realize this fucking place is too dirty, and I'll go find a better one.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, when you, I mean, it's toxicity trying to get out, right? And when you are really good about getting that shit out, you become accustomed to feeling a certain way.
Yes.
And you realize that feeling that way is far more fucking important than what people are going to think.
I'm not worried about, no. Let me be clear. I don't care what people are thinking about me sitting in the fucking shitter at Commander Stadium having a dump. My mind goes to how actually fucking dirty the whole situation is, where I won't go sit down because they're just disgusting. That to me is where I'm going. And Marty, you know what I'm talking about. They just nobody flushes the toilet. There's piss everywhere. There's fucking toilet paper everywhere.
But see the upside is that it's people only fucking pee in those things. Where I got a problem with is if I see the fucking that people have been taking a dump in there, and it's nasty after taking a dump. I'm not following that.
Well, I love you, man. You always find a way to turn something into
because pee. There's not a lot of fucking pee is very different than someone's fucking shit.
100%. Yes.
Yeah. So if I open these fucking doors and they're just fucking blown up, like someone's in there fucking crapping and didn't, I have nothing to do with that. But if I just got to deal with some fucking piss on the fucking seat, I can deal with that.
Well, yeah, me too. But if there's piss all over the floor and there's fucking shit paper everywhere and the stalls are a mess, like
shit paper, but we're eliminating that part of the equation.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
If it's someone's just been in there peeing, I'm fine with that.
Yes. Yeah, I got no problem with that as well, unless I observe the toilet is plugged because there's just nothing but liters of piss up to the top, and it's almost going to fucking seep over the side. Exactly, Marty. And you know, when you sit down and it's going to come out, it's going to fucking go everywhere. So no, I'll leave that situation too. Yeah, Petra.
I would agree with that.
Yes. Yeah, J.A. blew up the bathroom. He's the one. Yes, Porta John. This is where we need David Sowers on the show to be talking about. I'm sure he's had some pretty interesting shitty stories with his Porta.
Shitter's got his fucking places clean themselves. That's what
super clean. Yeah. It's interesting because this is a situation that at large sporting events or large events, people just have to deal with it, right? It just, and I've told the story before when Lauren and I went and climbed Kilimanjaro, we were shitting in paint cans, literally a 45-gallon paint can inside of an individual tent. And
45-gallon would be tall enough. You would
no. Yeah, you're right, John. I could fit in a 45-gallon. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Where's Keith? He's in the 45-gallon drum.
He didn't fucking spread his legs wide enough. He fell inside.
What do you got going on today, big dog?
Speaking of which, my pit bull's up here with me, and he actually went over and nosed open the door. He's out there taking a dump right now.
What do you got going on today? You?
Non-training day.
Yeah.
I've definitely been really focused on getting myself caught up with extra naps. So I'm gonna try to get 2 today because I feel like I didn't realize how deep in the red zone my battery was.
Oh yeah.
So I think I'm just ready to get back into the green.
Yeah. Germs do not grow in cold surfaces. You're right, Global. Cover. Hey, so here's a question for the boys. Toilet paper on the seat before you sit down, or you just clean it up and sit down? Marty?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Gaskets, the whole fucking thing. Yeah. You know, they got those gaskets.
Wrap that motherfucker up.
Well, they got the little horseshoe
layers on it.
Put on there.
Yeah.
They got the horseshoe.
I don't even do that. I don't like that one.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like the toilet tissue. that little horseshoe is too thin for me, man.
Well, that's the first layer because it doesn't cover up the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And
the tissue sticks well to that.
Yeah, so I'll cover as much as I can. Put the fucking ring on there, the ring of fire from Johnny Cash, and then wrap some toilet paper on it and fucking clean it, and or better yet, just get it done in my own home stall before I have to go anywhere else. Marty,
that's always the preferred method.
Yes, Marty, what do you got going on today?
We got some more clients. We got I got my show tonight.
Nice,
and I'm gonna get some work in, man.
Nicely done. What's the big topic for the big show tonight?
I got called out yesterday.
Oh,
did you see my story?
I didn't. It depends. What was your story yesterday? Which one was it?
Some guy, this guy who came at me in the past.
Okay.
He made another post about me about some of the like I was doing quarter squats.
Okay.
But I've been focusing on explosion.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get back to dunking, getting back to another high rocks race. So I just been working on my athleticism.
Yeah.
So I'm just basically going to educate people on why myself, LeBron James, Usain Bolt, why we do quarter squats and work on our leg days like that pretty much. So a lot of people who don't work out like athletes and strength and conditioning don't understand it. They look at it like I'm half-assing my leg day. So that's pretty much it.
So if you're talking smack about you, you're clearly on the right track then.
Absolutely. So I'm going to use that to tell people to work on their athleticism.
Lauren's got a comment here, and I've been around these ones. Ask any distance runner, Rich Ingram as well, guaranteed they have one hell of a pooping story. Yes, because when you're out there in the middle of somewhere, you got to sometimes drop the drawers and evacuate.
They're not even worried about wiping. They're just getting out and going.
That's exactly, yeah. And I'm suspecting most of the time it's probably mostly liquid or water. So you're not dropping a big log for the most part. I'm going to suspect, right? So, yeah. I'm going for lunch with a local a guy who is the big voice of the big local morning show here. Our competitor here in Winnipeg, actually. We're gonna go and grab a lunch here today, and he hosts a big talk show here in the mornings. We're going to go grab some lunch and just talk industry stuff. I'm going to go learn, ask some questions. I'm sure he's going to ask questions about what we're up to here as well. So I'm excited about it. Yeah, good time. Big day here today too. So, and I suspect that the gang will be back tomorrow. So we'll be back into a regular rhythm of shows and so forth tomorrow, which will always be fun. Man, weather's changing here. Johnny, you too over there, eh? I'm thinking fall.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a little brisk. You know,
Yeah.
I still come out to my studio with no shoes on and just wearing I still got no drawers on, just my shirt, my drawers.
Marty, fall colors happening down there in Maryland? Fall colors coming, eh?
Oh yeah. It's getting cold out here, man.
Yeah. Hey, Marty, I didn't see you yesterday, but quickly, did you watch that 18 inning? Did you watch the 18 inning game 2 nights ago?
What was that? 18 what?
The 18 inning World Series game that went to 18 innings.
Oh no.
You know the game ended 2 hours before the show started?
Are you serious?
I got up at 3 o'clock for 3:30 for the show.
18 innings. Was that when they kept walking Ohtani?
Yeah, 18 innings.
Oh, that was it. Okay, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. I did.
18 innings, man. Went 6.5. Here was funny. Here's a quick story before you guys go. Dan Patrick, the broadcaster who broadcasts the game, He's like, he was on the game. He's like, yeah, so my wife actually, he started the game. He goes, my wife actually flew from Toronto to Los Angeles, got in the Uber at the airport, checked in at the hotel, all while he was on the air from the beginning of the game. The game wasn't even over, and she had already flown from Toronto to Los Angeles, checked in, waiting for him at the hotel. I just told you how long the game. It was a 7-hour game.
Man.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, listen, I'll get you guys out of here. I'm going to work towards wrapping up here as well. Do umpires get over? It's a good question. I got to suspect they are. Well, hey, global. There's going to be robotic umpires coming out here in the future here around the corner. So that's coming. Speaking of around the corner of the future, one last quick thing. In the who cares department, except we're living in the future. The bully across the pond there with the bald head decided to fly a missile for 18 hours on the weekend. So just remember some of those old like Terminator, Mission Impossible movies where missiles would just fly forever around the planet. Well, Russia launched a missile on Sunday that flew for 18 hours and it can go forever. Apparently, it can fly forever. Fucking crazy. Yeah, and it flies in space, and it can land wherever. So yeah, there you go. Good time. So hey, yeah.
Man. Well, hopefully nothing crazy happens.
All right, Marty. Listen, you have yourself a great day today, Johnny. You as well. Look forward to re-emerging with the gang tomorrow. Back here at 8:00 Eastern time with Jon Andersen, Christopher Martin, myself, Mr. Keith Bilous, the handsome chief here on Mornings in the Lab. Have a good one, boys.
Have a good look, my brothers.
All right, guys.
Have a good one, man.
Take care. All right, we're gonna walk Johnny out of here and Marty out of here. The boys are gone, and you're left with one. How do y'all feel about that? How do you all feel about that? You're left with one. That be me. Yep. All right. So, hey, typically, guys, at this point in the show, we like to pivot over to the community corner. Today, actually, hold on. I knew Neiman was pretty busy with work for me yesterday, and she was getting stuff ready for me. So. I'm going to have a quick little check here to the right where my monitor is, and we're going to see if we have a community corner celebration to get after it today. I'm not suspecting that we do. No, we don't. And we don't have a credit spot either. Okay, cool. Awesome. So that means that we're going to have a big ass day tomorrow here in the lab. Oh, look at that. But we do have an outro. Neiman getting up, getting after it, and giving us a good old outro for today's show, which I love. Yes, 3 men enter. Oh, Petro, is that the joke? 3 men enters the bar, 1 man leaves. How many men are left? Guys, I got to just, as I work towards wrapping up with you guys here today, I appreciated what today's show was going to be about. Because to me, it was about showing up. That's what it was. Obviously, I'll use the word attempt. Obviously, I'm attempting to build a business within all this, right? The show is really the metaphor for the vehicle being built underneath it, right? I never wanted to build just a show. The show is it's a show, podcast show. No, there's a whole ecosystem, a whole situation happening underneath all of this. So when I knew that Jimmy was not going to be available today and Melissa was not going to be available today, I said to myself, hey, let's get up, get after it, and do what we do in a situation where folks that might be wanting to start their own live conversation might be starting in this environment. No production, no preconceived characters, none of the stuff that we normally bring, just a raw, stripped back, communicative experience. I'm with you, Global. Live influence, vulnerable energy live. I love it, Global. I love that you've leaned into that. Dude, I love that you've leaned into that because that's what it is, man. That's what it is, right? Creating influence through vulnerability and energy, which is what creates live, right? So Mad Max, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves from John Petrocelli. So as I was saying, when I came into today's show, I was excited about it because it was just one of those, let's strip back. Here would be the analogy I would give you guys. To me, today's show was like an acoustic experience of Mornings in the Lab. That's what it was. It was, what was that? Guys, help me out here. MTV Acoustic? No, MTV Unplugged. MTV Unplugged. Is that what it was? Right? Where some of our favorite artists would get on stage And oh man, Kurt Cobain, Nirvana. Yeah, I think it was MTV Unplugged. And it was very much a stripped down performance, right? Just the guitar, the acoustic, the voices. Yes, thanks. Good time it was unplugged. So that's really how I came to today's show with that attitude. This is an unplugged experience, right? We know how to do the show. We know how to create the segments. We know how to create the transitions. I learned in August when I spent a great deal of time testing. You guys saw a bunch of shows we put out there, Unreal, Frankie and Tommy. I learned from that month of August that there's something here. So I pulled back and started working on the foundation, the concrete, so that we can level up and scale as we head into 2026. So in many ways, I was excited about today's show because it was a way for me to strip back, get unplugged, and observe without all the gloss, observe without all the production qualities, and make decisions. How do I scale this? How do I scale that? How does this workflow get better? Because make no mistake, guys, the vision here is obviously to make this bigger than what you're seeing, right? We have ambitions to grow this Mornings in the Lab live network, right? Other men, other women, other men that want to start their own conversation, live conversation, and want to learn how to bring their energy, their influence, their vulnerability to the stage and be that shepherd. Maybe, as a matter of fact, maybe it's one of you guys. So so I was excited about today. Like I said, it was going to be a little bit different, and that's what it was. So, all right. Well, listen, guys, unless y'all have anything to say in the comments, I'm going to work my way out of here today. Let's have a look at tomorrow's show to see what is going to be on the agenda tomorrow. And I also know this. You, like me, enjoy our guest experiences. And you'll have noticed that we have been largely without guests for a number of weeks here. Reason for that, allow me to explain. Small team within the Mornings in the Lab house. Very small team. Myself, Jimmy, Rahima, Melissa, Celine. Small team. So as we've been pulling, and it's funny because, you know, I think the best way for me to give you guys this analogy is, you know, we're in a canoe right now and we're going north. We're going in a direction. We're going forward. But to do that, we're constantly shifting over here, shifting over there, pulling levers, right? Pulling levers. That's why I'm not a big believer in hard. Well, what's that acronym, Petro, around goal setting? SMART. I don't know how much of a fan I am around SMART goals. Let me explain why. I believe I believe SMART goals were created in an era where we carried a lunch pail to work. We worked 8 to 5, and it was not a world based on results, when, how, and how often. So for me, a SMART goal is too rigid. I would rather look at a flexible goal. So to me, a flexible goal is like being in a canoe, right? Maybe a SMART goal is like being in a boat where you just put the motor on and go in a fucking direction, right? It's like, I'm going this way. To me, thanks, Petro. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. For me, a flexible goal is getting you to a canoe, right? And moving in a certain direction, but by back and forth, right? So I go back to guests. You know, we have been largely the last few weeks aggressively paddling around things in the house that you can't see. For example, so there's an entire operating system that I've built that powers this show. I call it Conversation OS Live. It's a complete operating system that helps create the scripts, that helps create the stories, that helps create the conversations, that helps do everything that you don't see. So I've been taking a lot of time for the last number of weeks creating this foundation, because I'd learned in August when I did that testing that we're good at a lot of these things. We're good at putting the show on. We know how to book guests. We know how to book we know how to create the pre-show content. We know how to do all these things. It got to a point where, okay, well, to get better at it, it's just putting resources and tightening up the screws. But if I'm going to scale this thing, it's going to break because I have no foundation in place. There's no foundation in place. So the first moment, Petro, just using you as an example, the first moment Petro's like, yeah, I want to start a live conversation for my community. I want to have a live show, and I want to create a daily conversation for my community. And Petro's like, I want to join the network. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really ready for it because the foundation isn't done. So we purposefully pulled back, spent some time on different levers inside the house. So we use the terminology of levers, not smarkles, not projects. We're moving levers, just pulling levers left and right. It's like life, you guys. Petro, you and I had a conversation on Friday about that hike that you were going to do a couple weeks ago because the weather didn't happen. That's the lever happening, right? You're like, okay, I guess I'm not pulling this lever today. I'm going to pull this lever instead. I don't think enough of us think in that. We don't think in that way, because when you pull this lever, there's an effect over here. But if you're in the canoe and you're still going in this direction by going back and forth, you're still going to get to where you have to go. SMART, John Petrocelli, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. But yes, flexibility and goals demonstrates learning something important isn't lost upon you. Yeah, so it's funny, John, because I created more of an acronym around flex goals, right? John, good time. Yeah, good time. It's funny because Petro was here on Fridays with me and is here today in the community. Hey, good time. Maybe actually Petro's full of bullshit and actually he doesn't teach class. Maybe that's the biggest thing. By the way, I think it's not lost upon me and not lost about any but you. But the Mornings in the Lab community got much smarter since Petro has made himself an active part of it. There's actually less bullshit around here. It's true. You notice that, good time? Global? Mike, you notice that? Because I'm just scared to be called out by bullshit. Because if I say something and Petro's like, well, I'm smelling something here. I'm like, oh, I got to watch out, man, because my buddy from Carolina is fucking paying attention. I know he's paying attention. Hey, Petro, speaking of, what did you think of that Whalers versus Nordiques game? So I'm not going to wait till Friday. I'm just going to have an asynchronous conversation with you right now. I got to be honest, man. I think it to me, it felt a little bit like digging into the pockets of the fans to make revenue with no meaning. Like, truthfully, what the hell are the Colorado Avalanche wearing Quebec Nordiques jerseys for? Like, let's just be serious, Petro. Other than to convince you or me or somebody to buy the jersey. Because they're never going back to Quebec. You know, so what? A bunch of fans in Quebec are Colorado. I don't know. It seemed kind of, listen, I get the nostalgia there, brother. I get it. And good time, I know you get it too. I get the nostalgia side of it. And listen, I'm all for business. I'm all for making the cash. Love it. I don't know, maybe it's the age in me. And, you know, guys, we're all the same age here. Hard for me not to feel a little cynical when I saw that, because I'm like, man, so maybe for you guys in Hartford. Oh, there you go. So I'm not surprised, good time. I'm not surprised. So like, what do you think, good time? Am I wrong? Right. So, so here's the question. So good time, Charlie, you grew up with the Whalers. You're a Whalers fan. Like, when Carolina put the Whalers jerseys on, like, do you feel an affinity for that? Or do you feel like, what the fuck, man, I lost my team? Right. I don't know. So, I believe I can speak from experience to that, because I was a kid in 1997. Yeah. Who, when the Winnipeg Jets left town, was crying, emptying my penny bank, trying to save them. I was a guy who lost their team. Yeah, good time. I'm with you, man. I lost my team too. I got my team back. But I know what it's like to lose a team. So when I saw that whole experience happen between the Nordiques and the Whalers, I don't know. It created some funny feelings for me. I remember when Phoenix, back when the Jets moved, years back, were doing Jets games in Phoenix with their Jets jerseys on, and it just was all bizarre to me. It just seems like kind of a money grab. Yeah. Listen, it's all fine. Just like when Motley Crue decided to retire. Yeah. Guys, remember that one? Yeah, we're retiring. Here's our retiring cessation agreement, and sell gazillions of dollars on the retirement tour to come back 2 weeks later. We're not retired anymore. We're starting a residency in Vegas. Yeah, it's awesome. Maybe that's what I'll do, guys. As I'm working towards retiring, whatever that means. I'll go on a retirement tour on the show to convince you guys that I'm retiring, and then I'll unretire. Maybe that's like the John Cena thing, right? He's actually not retiring. Okay, well, I promised myself this, and I've also promised you guys this, that if I found myself rambling, I would end the show. So I suspect it's this point that the handsome chief, that's me, true story, is about to say goodbye. Yeah, because the rambling is done. And we're going to get back after it tomorrow. I got work to do. Oh, baby, I got work to do today. Yep. We got building. Global, any instructions? What do you have instructions for me, Global? Is that what you're asking me? Or what's your question? I'm curious. I'm curious. Homework? Oh, you guys, hey, maybe we should put some homework on the table. Maybe that's something we got to put on that. Maybe we need to have like daily homework assignments on this show so we can all come back the next day and say, hey, what have we accomplished? Yeah, that could be a fun little segment. I'll tell you what I did decide yesterday, and we are going to bring to life the Is It Real, Not Real segment. So there's a few things I'm working on, guys, that I want to bring to your attention that I'm excited about. So we are actively working on the Did You Know segment. A lot of great stuff there. Actively working on the Dumb Shit Award, because that's great stuff there too. And actively working on the Is It Real or Not Real. So we're going to put together some headlines, and then we're going to have our AI team deliver them to all of us and convince us whether it's real or not real. There you go. Global, what are you doing today, brother? What's on your agenda today? Charlie, what's on your agenda today? Petro, what's on your agenda today? Are you hiking? Are you teaching? Or are you calling out bullshit? Just kind of curious. Yeah. I know my lovely wife, her agenda today is doing some volunteer work. Hey, do you guys volunteer? Are you guys big volunteers? Oh, we got a text from Charlie. Is there a bear in the backyard? Oh my Jesus Christ. Look at you, man. Look at you with the deer in the backyard. So, hey, is that what we're doing now, Charlie? We're sending pictures of deer to each other. So I'm going to go in my backyard later after the show and take a picture of my dog shitting, and I'm sure there'll be a deer in my backyard too. They're just everywhere out here. Petro's got data analysis for lab studies. That's pretty cool. I do lots of volunteer. It has to be stealth. Oh yeah, good for you. Good for you. Lauren's big into volunteer, man. I appreciate it. Somebody's got to do it. So I will be the first person to admit I am not a big volunteer. No, I haven't been ever. It's just, I guess it's not a quality of mine. And I'll share why. Because I just enjoy making the money too much. I'm like, no, I don't want to go and volunteer because I'd rather go make. So I'm going to give you my time. Just being frank. I mean, Good Time always says to me, Keith, you be you. If there's one thing that whenever I'm curious about whether I'm going in a certain direction, I think about Charlie. Charlie's like, just be you, man. I'm like, all right. So there you go. I don't volunteer very much because it doesn't involve making money. And not so much making money for me, but just the idea of making money. I love the idea of like making money. There's something fun about it. Making cash. So when I'm volunteering, I love the fact that people do it. And I love all you humans that lead the charge of volunteering. You just won't find the handsome chief in the volunteer line. Nope, won't be. Thanks, Charlie. I appreciate that, man. No, I will not be the guy hanging out in the volunteer line. Just can't do it. I'll let somebody, I will gladly hold the bag for somebody who's leading the volunteer line, but that will not be me. Cool. Okay, guys, we're going to get out of here. You guys have yourself an awesome day. We're going to be back here in less than 22 hours. That's been a big, so it's funny when I go for lunch today with Greg, we're going to have that conversation. I'm like, Greg, one of the biggest things I have learned and discovered out of this morning daily show is the commitment to how fast it comes back again. Now I know you're like, yeah, but that seems like it's so obvious. It's not as obvious as you think when you're in it, right? Because when the show's over, we start again in less than 22 hours. It's bizarre. And I got to sleep for 6 to 7, right? So it's actually a really, like I'm trying to think about what's equatable, right? Like, I know I just thinking about Petro. Petro's got his teaching career there, and he gets after it and goes every single day and does what he has with his students. I think for me, because obviously I've worked before on a regular basis and did things on a regular basis. I'm trying to articulate what's different about this. It's that there's this entertainment factor, I guess. It's this leadership factor, I guess. It's this whole idea that it's a non-negotiable. 22 hours from now, we're back here again, right? Whereas maybe in other jobs or employment, we can shuffle the commitment, right? We can pull a lever to move the commitment here or there. Whereas this commitment is the experience. The commitment is what we're selling. The habit is what we're selling. And that is funny because as I was building, it is good time. It's like raising a baby 24 hours. Well, here's the thing though. And I guess this is why I hope you guys can see it when I get on the show. I fucking love it. I love what we're building. The Mornings in the Lab Network. Owning the mornings, right? And I love the fact that, when we're all sitting back in a number of years from now, reflecting on today and how far we have come together, how motherfucking awesome it's going to be. So we're going to leave it there. We are going to leave it there. And I'm going to get some, nope, not that one there, that one there. Work towards wrapping it up. So guys, I say this all the time. You guys have choices where to spend your time, and you often choose to spend your time with me, and I'm thankful for that. So I'm full of gratitude today. On a day when my heart is full for Jimmy, thinking about you, brother, thinking about you and your family. Please keep thinking about Jimmy and his family, you guys. On a day when my heart is full, I appreciate you guys showing up, hanging out with me today. 100%. Good time, Charlie, Global. Petro, have fun getting into data, brother. Oh, Petro, man, I have been my head up my ass in data the last number of days, man. Like fucking spreadsheets and AI and if this and that and programming logic. And like I said, I'm not just a handsome guy here. No, there's some neurons firing between the brains. So when you talk about data analysis, holy Christ, man, I'm with you. So yes, good time. I appreciate you, man. Petro, good time. Global, everybody out there, Season Strength, Lauren, the whole gang. Lots of love. Rahima, we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on The Big Show. 8 o'clock Eastern time, but not before. I'm sorry, after 7:30. Matt Roof, Kindness Rising, right here on the Mornings in the Lab live network with myself, the Handsome Chief. I'm Keith Bilous.